that prevents us from being the servant that God wants us to be. Everybody say, I'm a servant. There is a very common block that prevents many people from being the all-out, effective, successful, efficient, powerful servant that God wants them to be. And that block is called insecurity. Can everybody say that with me? Insecurity. In fact, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you the 3 ways by which you can overcome insecurity. How many? 3. Now, I know that all of you are not insecure. This is not your problem. Did you hear me? You're good people. You're amazing people. You're not insecure. Your seatmate is insecure. I mean, just look at that person. Look at that seatmate of yours. That person has all the signs of insecurity. My God. I'm going to list down 7 symptoms of the insecure, and what I want you to do is just every time I say something, look at your seatmate, raise your hand if the person has that symptom. Number 1, the 7 symptoms of insecurity. Number 1 is inadequate. When that person always has this sense of lack. Kulang. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good looking enough. I'm not intelligent enough. I'm not worthy enough. Now look at the person beside you. Raise your hand. That person has that feelings of inadequacy. Number 2, self-conscious. Everybody say that with me. You enter a room and you suddenly feel self-conscious. It's like everybody's looking down at you. That seatmate has that, right? And just look at his face, my God. That person. Now the funny thing is, he thinks that everybody is looking down at him. The truth of the matter is, ask me what? Nobody's even looking at him. But he feels as though everybody's looking down. That's the insecure person. The insecure person has almost like a quasi-paranoia that everybody is talking about him in a negative way. Everybody's looking down at him. I remember this story of this Filipino. He goes to America for the very first time. And he goes to a mall. And in the mall, he goes to the toilet. Should I say this? Yeah, okay, never mind. So he's in the toilet, and the first stall, someone was there, so he used the second one. And while in the second stall, he heard a voice from the other cubicle. And the voice said, "Hi, how are you?" And this Filipino said, "My gosh, this happens in America. This is what they do here? They talk to one another, strangers in cubicles." So he found it very weird, but he had to answer. So he said, I'm okay. Life is good. I'm not Pinoy. I'm not used to this. But hello, how are you? And the guy in the other stall said, "Listen, I have to hang up. There's this crazy guy in the other stall that keeps answering questions that I didn't." The problem is we think that people are looking down at us and people are talking to us when the truth is they're not. They're talking to someone else and they're looking at something else. Number 3 symptom of an insecure person is envy. Say envy. In Tagalog, inggit. Why? Because you compare. You compare yourself with someone else. For women compare, "Ay, ang ganda ng kutis niya. Oh, look at her hair, it's so beautiful." They will compare everything. Skin, hair, breast size. They will compare all sorts of things. For men, you compare, the size of your car. Salary, career, all sorts of things. We compare with one another, and we have envy. Number 4, defensive. In Tagalog, defensive. I'm sorry. In Tagalog, balat sibuyas. When you are sensitive to the criticism of other people, then you know you're insecure. When you're overly sensitive. Number 5, self-promotion. In Tagalog, binubuhat mo ang sarili mo entablado. You carry your own stage wherever you go. You want to talk about you just want to impress people about your own achievements. And then number 6, bullying. An insecure person is a bully. You think that a bad, big bully is very secure? That's not true. A mean person is an insecure person. In fact, listen to me. Everybody say, I'm listening.
I'm listening.
Most bad behavior comes from insecurity. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Let's say that together. Most bad behavior comes from insecurity. And then number 7 is competitive. It's normal to be competitive. But when you are overly competitive, you make everything a competition. Like even now, you're more insecure. No,